واستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. يا أيها الناس ضرب مثل فاستمعوا له إن الذين تدعون من دون الله لن يخلقوا ذبابا ولو اجتمعوا له وإن يسلبهم الذباب شيئا لا يستنقذوه منه ضعف الطالب والمطلوب ما قدروا الله حق قدره إن الله لقوي عزيز. الله يصطفي من الملائكة رسلا ومن الناس إن الله سميع بصير يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم وإلى الله ترجع الأمور. الله أكبر الله أكبر.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. حياكم الله أخوان، حياكم الله الأخوات. أسأل الله العظيم أن يفتح على قلبي وقلوبكم لما سأقدم الآن. صراحة أشكر المتابعين وكل من تفاعل مع الحلقات السابقة سواء كان ذلك سلبا أم إيجابا. أقول لكم شكرا، كنتم وقود لي المزيد من البحث وبذل المزيد من الجهد. أسأل الله العظيم أن يوفقني وإياكم. شكرا لكم مرة أخرى.
At every moment of the 24-hour day, every part of us is profoundly influenced by the body clock.
Of course, it's not just our physiology that's controlled by the clock, but the clock also controls our brains. When we can think effectively, when we can concentrate, when we can be imaginative.
Up until about 12 o'clock, I think I'm sort of really good.
I function best at about mid-morning.
At the end of the day, catches all my clients unawares.
If you really have to be, on the top of your game, as it were, paying good attention to things, do that type of work between between 10 and 12 in the morning. That's when we're at our best in terms of thinking.
Scientists are beginning to understand the rhythms that are helping our brains power through those mid-morning tasks.
There are many ways in which the body clock can control the functions of our brain and alertness. One of them is by controlling the production of the hormone cortisol, which has a very powerful alerting effect on the brain, and its production is highest in the morning under control of the body clock.
But it won't last for long. Shortly after lunchtime, most people will experience a dip in their brain power.
We're naturally designed to have 2 sleeps a day, one big one at night and another one in the early afternoon. It's sometimes called a post-lunch dip. There's nothing to do with lunch whatsoever. It's a natural depression in our wakefulness, sort of slump, and it's made worse if you had a bad night's sleep.
This natural depression explains many an office go-slow across the country as we fall prey to the micro-sleep.
The afternoons, you usually take a break, don't you?
If I sit down, I'll start closing my eyes.
After lunch, it's kind of hard.
Then your eyelids will feel rather heavy like this, and you sort of wake up for a minute and you go into these micro-sleeps. Then you sort of come around again, look around, and feel a bit more alert for about a minute. Then it all happens again. I think we've all experienced this. And if you carry on doing that without stopping it, you will actually nod off.
But while micro-sleeps are relatively harmless in the office, they can spell disaster on the open road. Research has shown that 25% of all motorway crashes are caused by micro-sleeps, and you are 3 times more likely to fall asleep at the wheel at 2 o'clock in the afternoon than you are at 6 o'clock in the evening. But if you do find yourself on a motorway at this time of day, what can you do to avoid the dip?
The best thing to do in that, we've shown research we've been doing, is actually take a large or a couple of cups of coffee, and then you've got 20 minutes, because the coffee will take some time to kick in. And what do? Fresh air, exercise, forget it. Go back to your vehicle and get your head down for a quick zizz. A quick 15-minute nap will be very, very effective.
So, keep safe by drinking coffee first and then taking your nap. It will set you up for the afternoon ahead. You have survived the dangerous hours of the early morning and the pitfalls of life after lunch. As your body moves into the afternoon, your rhythms are changing again to prepare you for the latter part of the day. These changing rhythms are controlled by the central body clock, which is found deep inside your brain. No bigger than a grain of rice, the central body clock is a bundle of cells controlled by a unique set of body clock genes. Over the course of 24 hours, these clockwork genes regularly switch themselves on and off, thereby keeping time and telling the rest of the body what to do.
I suppose the analogy would be rather like the conductor of an orchestra, producing a regular temporal beat from which the component parts of the orchestra take their cue, and as a result you have a symphony rather than a cacophony.
This is what the clock in action actually looks like. Michael Hastings from the Medical Research Council has captured these images by photographing brain tissue as a ticking body clock genes switch on and off over a 10-day period.
As the clockwork goes through its paces, so the image goes down, comes back up again, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. When I first saw images like this, it completely blew me away, because for the first time we're able to look inside this secret world of the clockwork. That is far more accurate in timekeeping than just about any other form of biochemistry. It really is a profoundly exquisite mechanism.
And recent breakthroughs have shown that the master clock in our brains is not alone.
There are body clocks present in just about every part of our body, in the heart, in the lung, in the liver, in the kidneys. You name it, it likely has its own clockwork ticking away inside it.
Understanding the different clockwork of different organs in our bodies has enabled scientists to revolutionize the treatment of disease. Individual organs can now be treated according to their own time schedule, and this could hold the key to the successful treatment of a disease so prevalent in the modern world that 1 in 3 of us will develop a form. There is something outside of our bodies that plays a critical role in controlling our internal time. It's got nothing to do with your alarm clock, and it's been with us since the dawn of time. Light is the single most influential external factor affecting the regulation of your body clock.
The way these light triggers control the body clock is that the light passes through the eye, onto the back of the eye, and then down the nerves from the eye into the brain. The light impulses trigger the release of chemicals onto the clock cells, and in that way, that 24-hour cycle is tweaked either forwards or backwards, slower or faster, to make it exactly 24.
The light that helps us all run on the same time system has most impact on the body clock at particular times of day.
The important parts are really early in the morning or sunrise and later on in the evening or sunset. And it's getting light at these times where your clock is most sensitive to light.
Exposing yourself to light in the morning will speed up your clock and help you to wake up earlier, whereas light in the evening will slow it down, delaying the time when you start to feel sleepy and allow you to be more active into the night. Armed with this knowledge, light can help you to adjust to the lifestyle you want.
لكن الاستفادة القصوى من ظاهرة التعامد الشمس على الكعبة اللي هي تحديد القبلة. المناطق البعيدة عن مكة، أي مكان حول العالم يرى الشمس خلال وقت صلاة الظهر في مكة المكرمة اللي هي الساعة 9 و18 دقيقة بتوقيت مكة، بتوقيت غرينتش عفوا، بتكون الشمس متعامدة على مكة، فيستطيع تحديد اتجاه القبلة باتجاه الشمس. لو نظر للشمس فهو ننظر لاتجاه القبلة. وممكن عن طريقة آمنة اللي هي طريقة الظلال. الظل في تلك اللحظة يكون عكس اتجاه القبلة، يعني أي شخص قدامك أي عمود يكون ظله عكس اتجاه القبلة، فيمكن عن طريق هذه الطريقة تصحيح القبلة والتأكد من صحة القبلة للمساجد والمصليات حول العالم.
طريقة تحديد اتجاه القبلة عبر أشعة الشمس هي من الطرق القديمة المستخدمة منذ القرن السادس الهجري، والتي تمكن سكان الأرض بأبسط الطرق وأسهلها في تحديد اتجاه القبلة.
كيف مد الظل ولو شاء لجعله ساكنا ثم جعلنا الشمس عليه دليلا ألم تر إلى ربك كيف مد الظل ولو شاء لجعله ساكنا ثم جعلنا الشمس عليه دليلا ثم قبضناه إلينا قبضا يسيرا وهو الذي جعل لكم الليل لباسا والنوم سباتا وجعل النهار نشورا وهو الذي أرسل الرياح بشرا بين يدي رحمته وأنزلنا من السماء ماء طهورا لنحيي به بلدة ميتا ونسقيه مما خلقنا أنعاما وأناسيا كثيرا ولقد صرفناه بينهم ليذكروا فأبى أكثر الناس إلا كفورا ولو شئنا لبعثنا في كل قرية نذيرا فلا تطع الكافرين وجاهدهم به جهادا كبيرا وهو الذي مرج البحرين هذا عذب فرات وهذا ملح أجاج
for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
Well, why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet.
Imagine what you know tomorrow.